Hi, welcome to Indie Insights. I'm your host, Dirk Norris, president of the New Mexico Film Foundation. And Lauren and Alex are off getting juju beans or something, I think. So we're going to take a break, and we're talking with actor, writer, and new director, Lauren Myers. Thanks for being here, Lauren.
Thanks for having me.
So we're showing older films, and you in particular are kind of fond of the horror genre. What is it about horror that attracts you in your writing? Mm-hmm. What attracts you about that?
I am someone who, as an actor initially, am really attracted to things that don't have to be beautiful. I'm attracted to the ugly and the dirty and the gritty, and horror is such a wonderful genre to explore that with. And it's a genre that I think speaks to the inner secrets that we all have that allows us to kind of dabble in that a little bit, which is fun.
So if people are watching films that you've written, they have an insight into your psyche? Is that what we're...
A little bit, perhaps, yes. I guess you could say that.
Are there any particular horror films, older films that have influenced you? Are there horror directors that kind of get it going for you?
Oh, wow. I'm trying to think. I think he's not older, but like Darren Aronofsky. He does more like the thrillers, I think. But he's someone that I've definitely always just like been struck by his work. I think David Fincher as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, once again, not older.
Right. But influences, nonetheless.
Definitely.
One of the things that has happened over the years is in horror, it's gotten more graphic. In the older movie, Hitchcock was a master at suggestion of horror and let your mind fill in the rest. And now we've got chainsaws cutting off body parts and blood going everywhere. And do you have a preference for one or the other, and why?
I personally like anything that's going to keep the audience just like engaged and on the edge of their seat. And I have found that the less you show and the more you imply, that the more that you've got your audience with you waiting for that bomb to go off, waiting for the blood to splatter, compared to seeing it all the time.
Yeah.
Not that I don't mind it, but...
Well, I think there's been more than one occasion where you've kind of been bathed in blood. And
yeah, that's happened.
It's just the cleanup process that gets to be addressed.
It's
fun. Yeah. So acting, writing, and now you just did your directorial debut with a 48-hour film project, Imagining Vera.
Yes.
So how was that experience for you?
Wonderful. It was, I went in as a producer as well, just wanting to learn, and I learned that assembling your team is half the battle, and I assembled wonderful actors and cinematographer and editors and production designers and sound designers, and it was just lovely to make a film in a really, really short amount of time.
It's a huge challenge because you have to do everything. You have to write it, you have to shoot it, you have to edit it, and you have to turn it in that 48 hours.
Yeah.
So what's the advantage? What do you get out of doing something in that compressed time frame?
You get a film. First of all, I mean, as an actor.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I've worked on a lot of projects that just end up on someone's hard drive, and I'm like, can I have my phone, please?
Yeah.
And the learning experience of it. And, as someone who only directed theater, never directed film, I learned so much. And I got to work with a fabulous co-producer and writer, and watching her whip out this amazing script in like 2 hours, and being able to establish this like creative dialogue in a short amount of time. It's like, what can you do thinking on your feet? And it was awesome.
Right. So a lot of independent filmmakers have slash titles, writer slash producer slash, whereas these older studio films, you were a director, that's what you did, and never the twain shall meet. Do you have a preference? Do you prefer in front of the camera, behind the camera? Paper in hand?
I think I'm an actor first and foremost, but I think I'm a better actor because of the work I've done as a producer and a director and a writer. And I love making art, making film, making theater, and I think that anything that's going to challenge me is only going to make the work in all 4 of those roles better.
Terrific. Really appreciate you being here today.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck to everything you do in the future.
Thank you.
You've been watching Indie Insights. I'm your host, Dirk Norris, and we're going right back to the film. Thanks for watching.
Which local film has the tagline, "This is not a love story"? The Faithful and the Foul, The Princess and the Musician, Dead Billy, or Hook?
Way down in old Virginia, 300 years ago, Captain John Smith and Pocahontas shot their meat and aged it slow. They smoked it and they spiced it too for flavor at its best. Genuine Smithville barbecue surpasses all the rest.
Yes, folks, it's 300 years of tradition and taste you savor when you ask for a Smithfield barbecue, James River brand, at our refreshment center. In each flavorful morsel of meat, you can smell the hickory, oak, and applewood and taste the rare herbs and spices required for its cure. Here is truly a fresh new taste from an ancient recipe.
Go for deep down flavor of the Smithfield country kind. Just step by the clear neighbor, find your taste, and lose your mind. Yeah!
Which local film has the tagline, "This is not a love story"? The answer is C, Dead Billy.
Wow, that is an old beef ad.
Yeah, nothing
That's
like
amazing.
canned meat.
And tight close-ups of old men chewing.
Anyway, that was the Lady Vanishes. The thing that was before the beef ad was a film, The Lady Vanishes. A very exciting film. I enjoyed
Yeah,
it very
started
much.
out slow.
Starts out very slow, but then it kind of really cranks it up towards the end there. In fact, I thought that,
Definitely.
that giant gunfight with the huge body count kind of came out of nowhere a little bit.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I thought we really earned it, and it was well-deserved and well-timed.
All right, well, if we're going to do this, all right. No!
For Pulp Film Lab, I'm Lauren Poole. Join us again next time when we screen something else awesome or awesomely bad. Good night.